guess what time it is? Story time with Izzy. So everyone come here. Gather around, get your tablets, get your iPhones, get your computers, whatever you're watching me on, and let's talk a little bit. It's a pretty funny story. I hope you guys stick with it all the way, so enjoy. So you guys, if you did not know, I used to sell phones. I was a sales representative for Verizon, the phone company, and I worked there for almost a year, pretty close to a year, like 10, 11 months or so, and it just really wasn't for me, so I didn't work there a very long time.
Were you some specialist?
Let me mute these guys before I continue with the story. Like I was saying, I didn't work at Verizon very long, but I do have some pretty good stories if I can remember them. They were a long time ago when it happened, probably almost when this one happened. I want to say around almost a year ago. I mean, it was a really long time. But anyways, just like normal, I'm doing my sales pitch, saying hello to the customer, what's going on, how can I help you? My name's Brennan, yada yada yada. This bigger gentleman comes up to me and says, I'd like to pay my phone bill. So I'm like, alright, can I see identification, your Visa card, etc. Look up his information, ask him his cell phone number, all that good stuff. So after I put all his information in, I look at his phone bill and I say, well, would you like to pay the past due payment right now and the original amount? So basically he had a past due payment. And for those of you guys that don't know what a past due payment is, basically it's you forgot to pay the last month or the last couple months or however many bills payments you've missed. And he had that and the current month to pay for. So he didn't really react to it right off the bat until it kind of sinked in. And this guy, he was a bigger dude, and I was just like, oh, maybe he's just gonna say, okay, yeah, sure, I'll pay the past due right now. And out of nowhere, and when I say out of nowhere, I mean out of nowhere, this guy starts freaking out at me, and he's just like, what do you mean past due? Blah, blah, blah. I thought I paid all of it. And he started getting really loud, and louder than normal, and I just kind of stood there and took it, because as a sales rep, you can't talk back to the customer. You just can't. It's just part of the code. And as me, just Brennan, innocent Brennan, doing his job, is getting absolutely crucified by words with this guy. And I can't do anything but stand there. I really can't. So I just stand there. Once this guy's done giving his rant, I tell him to calm down, basically. I say, sir, you're going to have to stop talking to me like that, basically, is what I said. I said, sir, you got to calm down. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to get this bill payment done so that we can get through with this. And that's basically all I said, nothing else. So this guy starts yelling again, just is like, how are you helping me if this isn't due? This isn't right. I never paid this much, blah, blah, blah. This guy's going off and off. And obviously, I'm working with a couple other co-workers in the kiosk that I'm selling phones with. So they're going to hear that. And my manager is right next to me, standing there waiting for this guy to finish his whole spiel about how he shouldn't have to pay this and that. The manager didn't step in right away. It was actually another coworker that stepped in right away. He's like, sir, you're either going to have to pay this or you're going to have to leave and I will call security. So the guy does not leave at all, doesn't move an inch, because he's like, he's a really big dude, and he's like, I'm not moving. He's standing there like this, you guys, just broad-shouldered. I am not moving. I just want to pay my bill. And I'm like, well, sir, you're going to have to pay the past due payment. And after a long time, he finally ends up going through with it, but it's not the normal way someone would go through paying a bill payment. After this guy had his whole spiel and we threatened to call security on him, I had to do a bill payment still. And it was the most awkward bill payment I've ever registered, like, in our system in my life. Because this guy was doing a mean gruel, like, expression on his face, and the guy was just standing there looking at me, his eyebrows all the way down, staring at me, and I'm just doing my job, And as he's doing this, like, mean grimace looking facial expression to me the entire time while it's taking 10 minutes to do this bill payment, I did not notice that he had a pair of handcuffs on him in his back pocket. And this got me a little frightened, to be honest with you. The guy's about 6'6", 6'7", very tall dude, very big dude. You could tell something was a little messed up in his head because I think he was in the Army previously. It looks like he just came back from the Army because, number one, he had probably like $8,000 in cash on him. He had a huge wallet of cash on him. And no one just has that much cash on them unless they've either come back from like the Army or something like that, or service. And I appreciate all those veterans out there that have served in all those special armed forces, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, wherever you guys serve. I appreciate all of you. But you can tell this guy either lost someone in battle or was really messed up from like the front lines or wherever he was deployed. I don't really know what his whole deal was, but he definitely wasn't normal. And as he was going on with giving me the cash, he gave me the cash one by one. So it was like a $400 or $500 payment. So it was a big payment. And this guy is handing me the hundreds, looking right into my soul, just one by one. He couldn't just count them out and lay them down, but he stared into my soul and counted them out one by one. Carrying on with the story, he ended up grabbing the handcuffs right behind him. They were in his back pocket, and I was like, what is he doing? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, is he gonna try to handcuff me to the desk and take his money back or something? Like, I had no idea what was going on. And he started crunching the handcuffs back and forth like this. Like, you can open them and crunch them, and they were real handcuffs. I did not know what was going on. I was starting to freak out a little bit. So I got my manager and said, I didn't say anything. I just kind of gave him a look, and he stepped over and say, "Sir, is there a problem?" Blah, blah, blah. My manager started coming in. He's like, "No, there's not a problem. I just want to pay my bill." And this guy honestly had issues. You could just tell. And I felt bad for the guy, but at the same time, I was scared because if this guy jumps over the counter or something and tries to handcuff me, I don't know what I'm going to do, you know? But all short story short, we ended up getting the guy through. Not easily, but we ended up getting him through the bill payment, and he paid it off, and he was not very happy, but we got the job done. Later on that evening when I was working the 2 to 9 shift, the later night shift. He was walking the mall back and forth, going into different stores right next to ours, and it started to freak me out a little bit, but he ended up going away and never coming back. So very weird story. I hope you guys did enjoy. Basically, if you ever are working in a sales representative position or just in sales in general, you'll learn how to handle with different people skills and how to handle different people that are out of the ordinary. It's maybe 1 in 100, maybe 1 in 1,000, who knows, that are out of the ordinary. But it really does help you become a better, like a person that can handle things a lot better. So from this experience, I definitely learned how to handle different situations. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys work in sales, I applaud you. I tried it, I couldn't do it I just tried it to the best of my ability. It wasn't for me. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are new and you want to see videos similar to this one. But as always, guys, this has been your boy Izzy 3Gs and Bren's friends. We will see you guys later. Peace out.